Welcome to my channel, Old Coins History 333. In this video, I tell you about the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny, which are most valuable and rare. If you're interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. If you've ever tossed a penny into your pocket or thrown one in the change jar, you probably never thought much about its value. After all, a penny is just 1 cent, right? But what if I told you that a single 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny could be worth more than a new car or even a house? Believe it or not, certain pennies from 1976 have become highly sought after by collectors, and some of these little coins have sold for incredible amounts of money. Today, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of the 1976 Lincoln penny and explore why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth an unbelievable amount of money. First, let's take a look at the history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln 1-cent piece was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin featured a portrait of President Lincoln on the front, and it quickly became a beloved symbol of American currency. Since its introduction, the design of the Lincoln penny has gone through a few changes, but it remains one of the most iconic coins in the United States. Now, the 1976 Lincoln penny is special for a couple of reasons. First, 1976 marked the United States bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. To celebrate this historic event, the U.S. Mint made some interesting decisions, including introducing special coin designs. While the penny didn't get a new design for the bicentennial, the year itself adds a unique context to these coins. You see, 1976 was a time of celebration and national pride, making coins from that year particularly meaningful for collectors. But while most 1976 Lincoln pennies are worth, well, just 1 cent, some versions of the coin are exceptionally valuable. The value of a coin is determined by several factors, including its rarity, condition, and any minting errors. And when it comes to the 1976 Lincoln penny, it's the combination of these elements that can lead to a coin being worth far more than its face value. Let's start with condition. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been well preserved, as they are much rarer than coins that have been in circulation for years. A 1976 penny that is still in excellent condition, with sharp details and no signs of wear, is much more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated and shows signs of damage. Coins that are in near-perfect condition are highly desirable to collectors because they are so rare. The higher the grade a coin receives from professional graders, the more valuable it becomes. So, if you have a 1976 Lincoln penny that looks like it just came off the minting press, you may be holding on to something worth more than a penny. But condition isn't the only factor that determines value. Minting errors are another key reason why some 1976 Lincoln pennies are worth so much. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the production process, and they can make an ordinary coin exceptionally rare and valuable. There are a variety of different types of minting errors, from double strikes to misaligned dies to off-center coins. Each of these errors creates a unique coin that stands out from the rest, and coin collectors love finding these one-of-a-kind pieces. In the case of the 1976 Lincoln penny, certain minting errors have been known to fetch impressive sums of money. For example, a double die error can occur when a coin is struck more than once, causing the design to appear slightly off-center or doubled. This is a relatively rare occurrence, but when it does happen, the coin can be highly valuable. Similarly, coins that are struck off-center or have other visible minting mistakes can be worth significantly more than their face value. So, what kind of price are we talking about when it comes to a 1976 Lincoln penny with minting errors or in exceptional condition? Well, you might be surprised. A typical 1976 Lincoln penny is worth only 1 cent, but certain rare coins from this year have been known to sell for much more. Some of the highest-selling 1976 pennies, particularly those with minting errors or in flawless condition, have been known to fetch as much as $76,000. Yes, that's $76,000. It's incredible to think that a coin that most people would overlook or dismiss could be worth so much. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. A simple penny, with the right condition or error, can turn into a valuable treasure. It's the combination of rarity, condition, and minting flaws that make these coins so desirable, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks to get their hands on them. So, if you have a collection of pennies or you've been collecting coins over the years, it might be worth your time to go back and take another look at those 1976 Lincoln pennies. You could have a rare find sitting right under your nose, waiting to be discovered. Whether it's a perfectly preserved coin or one with a unique minting error, you could be holding onto a small piece of American history that's worth far more than you ever thought possible. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1976 Lincoln penny is just one example of how a small, everyday coin can be worth a fortune. So, don't underestimate the power of your change jar or your coin collection. With a little bit of luck and a sharp eye, you could be sitting on a coin that's worth an astounding $76,000. Yes, $76,000. Top 2. We're going to explore why the 1975 Lincoln penny might just be one of the most valuable coins you never expected to find. If you have one of these pennies tucked away in your collection or in your change jar, this might be the moment you want to pay extra attention. The Lincoln penny is no stranger to American currency. It's been in circulation since 1909 and has become a symbol of the United States. For decades, this coin has featured the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, in 1975, there were some notable things happening that made this particular year worth focusing on. As you might know, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies every year, but what's fascinating is that some of those pennies were produced with unique characteristics that could make them incredibly valuable today. Before we dive into what makes the 1975 penny so intriguing, let's first understand what determines the value of a coin. Generally, the value of a coin depends on several factors: rarity, condition, and minting errors. While most 1975 pennies are worth only 1 cent, there are certain versions that are worth far more due to these factors. Let's break down what makes some of the 1975 Lincoln pennies stand out from the rest. The first thing that can make a 1975 penny valuable is its condition. Over time, coins that have been heavily circulated can show significant signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, and a dull appearance. A coin in good condition, especially one that has been kept in excellent shape, can be worth much more. If you happen to have a 1975 penny that looks like it just came off the minting press, you could be holding on to something valuable. When a coin is in pristine condition, collectors are much more likely to pay a premium price to add it to their collection. But condition alone doesn't tell the whole story. Another key factor in determining the value of the 1975 Lincoln penny is whether it has any minting errors. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the production process, and these errors can transform a common coin into a highly sought-after collectible. For example, if the coin was struck off-center or has a double die, the mistake creates a one-of-a-kind coin that collectors will want. The 1975 penny is no exception. If you happen to have a 1975 Lincoln penny with a noticeable minting error, you could be holding a rare treasure point. One of the most significant minting errors for the 1975 penny is the presence of a double die. This happens when the coin is struck twice, and the design appears to be doubled. For example, the date on the penny may appear as though it has 2 sets of numbers, or the lettering could look unusually thick and bold. While not every 1975 penny has this error, those that do are incredibly valuable because they are rare and highly sought after by collectors. A double die can be difficult to spot, but once you know what to look for, you might just discover that your 1975 penny is far more valuable than you ever expected. The rarity of these minting errors combined with their unique features makes the 1975 Lincoln penny with a double die or other mistakes an in-demand item in the coin collecting world. The more noticeable and distinct the error, the higher the price collectors are willing to pay for the coin. It's the search for these rare pieces that makes coin collecting so exciting. Now, let's get to the most exciting part. How much could your 1975 Lincoln penny be worth? While most of these pennies will only ever be worth their face value, certain coins with minting errors, especially those in great condition, can fetch huge amounts at auctions. Some of the highest-selling 1975 Lincoln pennies have been known to sell for up to $74,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $74,000. That's the kind of price tag that would make any coin collector's heart race. The simple fact that a coin worth just 1 cent can be worth so much is a reminder that in the world of numismatics, seemingly ordinary items can turn into extraordinary treasures. So, if you've been keeping a collection of pennies or you've got a handful of change lying around, it might be time to dig through your stash. That 1975 Lincoln penny that you thought was just a piece of pocket change might just be worth far more than you realized. Whether it's an error, pristine condition, or simply the rarity of a well-preserved coin, you could be holding on to something worth thousands of dollars. The world of coin collecting is filled with hidden gems, and the 1975 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that proves how valuable something as simple as a penny can be. If you've got a sharp eye and the right coin, you might just discover that your small investment in a penny could lead to a life-changing payout. So, next time you come across a 1975 Lincoln penny, make sure to take a closer look. You could be holding on to a coin worth $74,000. Yes, $74,000. Top 3. When you think of a penny, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Most people would say it's just a small coin, often forgotten about, and worth a mere 1 cent. But here's the thing. Some pennies, especially the ones minted in certain years, are far more valuable than their face value. If you have a 1981 Lincoln 1 cent penny sitting around, it could be hiding a small fortune. While you might not think much of it, this coin has become a collector's dream, and certain versions of it can be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A 1981 penny could be worth far more than just 1 cent, possibly even tens of thousands of dollars. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, but each year brings slight changes and rare quirks that can make certain coins from certain years more valuable than others. The 1981 Lincoln penny, for example, isn't just another regular penny. While it may not seem extraordinary at first glance, it holds the potential to be much more valuable depending on its condition and any unique features it may possess. To understand why the 1981 Lincoln penny could be worth so much, let's take a step back and talk about what makes a coin valuable. The value of a coin is determined by several factors, such as its rarity, condition, and any minting errors. While many 1981 pennies might look just like any other penny in your pocket, certain features could make them stand out to collectors. And that's where things get interesting. Point one of the most significant factors when determining the value of a coin is its condition. As you can imagine, coins that have been in circulation for a long time and have been handled repeatedly are often worn out. They may show signs of scratches, discoloration, or even damage from being tossed around in change jars or pockets. The more wear a coin has, the less valuable it tends to be. However, if you have a 1981 Lincoln penny that's in pristine condition, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. Coins that are in perfect or near-perfect condition, especially those that haven't been circulated, are far rarer and highly sought after by collectors. But, of course, condition alone doesn't make a coin valuable. There's another important element that can skyrocket the price of a coin: minting errors. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the coin production process. These errors can make a coin incredibly rare and significantly increase its value. For example, some 1981 pennies have been found with errors such as double strikes, misprints, or coins that are off-center. These types of mistakes make a coin one of a kind and can make it worth a small fortune. The 1981 Lincoln penny has a history of errors that make it an interesting find for collectors. A double die error, where the image on the coin is imprinted twice, can cause the coin to appear blurry or have an overlapping design. This type of mistake is one of the most coveted among coin collectors, and any 1981 penny with this error could easily fetch a hefty sum. Other errors, like off-center strikes or incorrect stamping, can also increase the coin's worth. If you find a 1981 penny with one of these mistakes, you might have a hidden treasure in your pocket. So, what's the potential value of these rare coins? Well, while most 1981 Lincoln pennies are worth only 1 cent, certain minting errors and coins in perfect condition can fetch incredible prices. Some of these pennies have been sold at auction for as much as $58,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $58,000. This is a price that would make any coin collector's jaw drop. It's astonishing to think that something as simple as a penny, with the right set of circumstances, could be worth so much. How is it possible for a penny to be worth this much? The answer lies in the rarity of the coin, its condition, and the error that it might contain. Minting errors, especially those that are hard to spot, are what make these coins so valuable. Coins with these unique characteristics don't just pop up every day, and when they do, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on them. It's the thrill of the hunt that makes coin collecting so exciting, And the 1981 Lincoln penny is one of those hidden gems that proves just how valuable a simple penny can be. So, if you have a 1981 Lincoln penny, it might be worth taking a closer look at it. Check its condition. Does it look as though it's barely been touched by time? Look for any unusual minting errors or signs of a double die. A penny that has a unique feature could easily become a rare and valuable item that any collector would be eager to add to their collection. The value of your 1981 Lincoln penny could be much more than you think, and if you find the right one, you might just be holding on to a coin worth $58,000. Yes, $58,000. The world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, and the 1981 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a small, everyday coin can become a collector's prize. It's a reminder that you shouldn't overlook the little things, because you never know when you might stumble upon something extraordinary. So, next time you dig through your change jar or check your coin collection, remember that your 1981 Lincoln penny could be a hidden gem, waiting to be discovered. Top 4. We're going to focus on a particular penny from 1980, a year that might seem unremarkable at first, but holds the potential to be one of the most valuable coins you might never expect. Stick around, because that simple penny could be hiding a treasure worth much more than you think. Let's begin with a little background on the Lincoln penny itself. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency for over a century. The design has remained relatively consistent over the years, featuring a portrait of Lincoln on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, as time passes, certain years of minting can bring special characteristics to the table, whether it's through unique features, limited runs, or unexpected minting errors. And the 1980 Lincoln penny is one of those years that coin collectors have their eyes on. Now, you might be wondering what makes the 1980 penny so special. While most pennies from this year are still worth just 1 cent, there are some factors that could make a 1980 penny far more valuable than its face value. The value of a coin is determined by several key factors: its rarity, its condition, and any minting errors that might have occurred during production. These factors come together to create what's known as a rare find in the world of coin collecting. And that's exactly what makes the 1980 Lincoln penny worth much more than a single cent. One of the most important aspects of a coin's value is its condition. Coins that have been circulated for decades are often worn out, scratched, or tarnished due to handling, being dropped, or just general wear and tear. The more worn a coin is, the less it's typically worth. However, coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are incredibly rare and highly sought after. A 1980 Lincoln penny that hasn't been in circulation for years and still looks brand new could fetch a premium price, as collectors will pay top dollar for coins in excellent condition. But it's not just the condition that makes some 1980 pennies valuable. Minting errors can also play a huge role in determining the worth of a coin. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the production of a coin, and they can make a coin one of a kind. For example, the 1980 penny was produced in large quantities, but certain errors in the minting process have resulted in a select few coins that are incredibly rare and valuable. These errors can include double strikes, where the design appears more than once, or off-center strikes, where the coin's design is misaligned. Both of these types of errors can make the coin unique and significantly raise its value. Among the most sought-after errors on the 1980 Lincoln penny is the double die variety. This is where the coin is struck multiple times, but the second strike is slightly misaligned, creating a doubling effect on the design. The result is a coin with blurry or overlapping details, often most noticeable in the date and the lettering. This error makes the 1980 penny rare and highly prized among collectors, as it's one of the more difficult minting errors to come by. Another factor to consider is the rarity of these special pennies. The more scarce a coin is, the more valuable it becomes. The 1980 Lincoln penny, particularly those with minting errors or in pristine condition, is becoming increasingly hard to find. This makes any coin with these characteristics even more desirable, driving up its price in the marketplace. Now, you might be wondering just how much a 1980 Lincoln penny could be worth. While most of the pennies from this year are still only worth a single cent, certain rarities can fetch staggering amounts of money. When a 1980 penny is in near-perfect condition or has one of those rare minting errors, it can be sold for far more than you'd expect. In fact, The highest-selling 1980 Lincoln pennies have been known to reach incredible amounts, up to $60,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $60,000. This incredible sum is proof that there's more to a penny than meets the eye. A small, everyday coin can become a collector's item worth thousands if it has the right characteristics. The rarity of minting errors, combined with a coin's condition and history, can transform a simple penny into a hidden treasure. And for those lucky enough to stumble upon a 1980 Lincoln penny with an error or an outstanding condition, it could mean a financial windfall. So, what should you do with your collection of pennies? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who keeps a jar of loose change, it's definitely worth taking a second look at your 1980 Lincoln pennies. With a little bit of luck, you might discover that you've been holding on to something far more valuable than you realized. That seemingly ordinary penny could turn out to be a rare find, waiting to be uncovered. The world of coin collecting is filled with hidden treasures, and the 1980 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a simple coin can have so much more value than its face value suggests. So, next time you come across a 1980 penny, take a moment to inspect it. Look for any signs of minting errors or unusual features that might make it worth far more than a cent. Who knows? You could be sitting on a coin worth an astounding $60,000. Yes, $60,000. Top 5. When you think of a penny, it's easy to assume it's just another piece of pocket change. After all, pennies are small, often discarded, and have a value that's so low that people rarely give them a second thought. But the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes a penny can be worth far more than its face value. If you happen to have a 1977 Lincoln 1-cent penny in your collection, you might be holding on to something much more valuable than you realize. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1977 Lincoln penny and discovering why it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, has been a mainstay in American currency, featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It has become one of the most recognized coins in the world. Over the years, various minting years and certain unique features have made some Lincoln pennies far more valuable than others. 1977 is one of those years that collectors and numismatists keep an eye on, not because of any flashy new design, but because certain 1977 pennies can have characteristics that make them stand out in the world of coin collecting. Before we get into what makes the 1977 penny so special, let's take a look at what determines a coin's value. Coins are generally valued based on three primary factors: rarity, condition, and errors that occurred during the minting process. Most pennies, including the 1977 variety, are worth just 1 cent when they're in typical circulation. However, certain years, especially those with unique characteristics, can have a much higher value. With a 1977 penny, the real question is yours one of the special ones? Let's start with the most obvious factor: condition. The vast majority of pennies you come across will likely have been in circulation for decades, showing signs of wear. Scratches, discoloration, and dings from being in wallets and pockets are common. In most cases, the more worn a coin is, the less it's worth. However, in the world of coin collecting, pristine condition can significantly boost a coin's value. A 1977 Lincoln penny that has been well preserved, without any noticeable wear, is already a more valuable find. The rarer the coin in good condition, the higher the demand from collectors looking to complete their sets. But condition alone doesn't always explain a coin's worth. Minting errors play a huge role in determining the value of a coin, and the 1977 Lincoln penny is no exception. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the coin production process. These errors can include things like off-center strikes, double strikes, and die cracks. When a coin is struck more than once, or the design appears to be doubled, collectors consider it a rare find and will pay top dollar for it. The 1977 Lincoln penny, particularly those with minting flaws, can fetch a far higher price than other coins from the same year. One of the most exciting errors collectors look for in the 1977 pennies is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, and the second strike is slightly misaligned, causing the design to appear doubled. The double die error can be particularly noticeable in the date and in the lettering, making it easier to spot once you know what to look for. This type of error is highly sought after because it's relatively rare, and any 1977 penny with a noticeable double die can be worth significantly more than its face value. Another minting error that can add value to a 1977 penny is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned when it's struck, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. An off-center strike can make a coin unique, as it's an error that occurs during production. The more extreme the off-center error, the more valuable the coin can become. Finding a 1977 penny with a minting error like this could turn an ordinary coin into a collector's item worth much more than you might expect. The rarity of these minting errors is what makes the 1977 Lincoln penny so desirable to collectors. When only a few of these rare errors are found, they become highly coveted, and the price of the coin rises accordingly. If you've got a 1977 penny with one of these minting errors, especially a double die or off-center strike, you could be sitting on a small fortune at SO. What is the actual value of a 1977 Lincoln penny with these unique characteristics? Well, if you have a 1977 penny in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error, it could be worth significantly more than just 1 cent. Some 1977 pennies have been known to sell for as much as $74,000. That's right, $74,000. A single penny, worth just 1 cent in normal circulation, can become a high-value collectible when it has the right features. It's incredible to think that such a small, everyday coin could have the potential to bring in such a large sum of money. This is the exciting part of coin collecting, finding hidden treasures in your pocket change. It's not every day that you come across a penny worth thousands of dollars, but if you have a keen eye and know what to look for, you might just uncover a rare gem. The 1977 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that proves the world of coin collecting is full of surprises and hidden opportunities. Next time you go through your spare change or dig through an old jar of coins, take a moment to inspect your 1977 pennies. Look closely for any signs of wear, but also keep an eye out for any unusual minting errors. A small flaw or a double die could turn your ordinary penny into something extraordinary in the end. The 1977 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold significant value. With the right combination of condition, rarity, and minting error, it could be worth as much as $74,000. Yes, $74,000. If you've got one of these rare pennies, you might just be holding on to a fortune. So take a closer look. You never know what you might find.